Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Page Employment Fox 22 Game of the Week. This is the grand finale, the daddy of them all. This is the State Class A Softball Championship. I'm Tim Kenny along with Eric Baxter. Glad that you could be with us for this great day. Eric, first of all, speaking of the day, you couldn't ask for anything better.
No, Timmy, you couldn't. I'll tell you, this is a great afternoon. It's 70-plus degrees down here. Both teams are warming up. They're pretty happy. They're ready to go.
Both teams arrived here well 3 hours before the game, taking their infield, going over some interviews with the press. And speaking of the Portland Bulldogs, why don't you go right to some key players that we might see today?
Okay, Timmy. For the Western Maine Class A Championships, Portland High School varsity girls, you have three outstanding players, Southern Maine All-Stars. You have number 3, Carrie Foley. She's a third baseman. She's a junior. And then you have number 7, Samantha Allen, center fielder. She's a junior. And then you have number 10, Elsie Karen, second baseman. She's a senior. Southern Maine All-Stars, girls to really key on. But they also have some other powerhouses on the roster. Number 2, Katie Hutchins. She had a save the last game. And then, of course, Carrie Foley, she had a home run and a double against Scarborough. And then you have number 5, Kate Brown. She's a pitcher. She's a senior. She was 8-2 so far this year. Very powerful girl. Then you have number 11, Whitney Pryor. 2 hits, scored in the first run, the first inning of the last game in the Western Maine Championship. She's a catcher. She's a senior. Ashley Anderson, number 16, shortstop, 11th grade, had a hit in the single. Timmy, I'm not sure what you wrote down this one here.
She hit a single and she knocked in the first run of the game right there.
The Western Maine Championship. Okay, well, this is your writing. But great job. I think it's going to be a really exciting game. We've got some great powerhouses out here tonight, this afternoon.
Now we'll talk a little bit about the Brewer Riches led by Coach Kelly Cookson. 6 of their 9 starters have made the All-Stars. First of all, their senior captain, Amy Freeman. She comes in as the Player of the Year in the Penobscot Valley Conference in the playoffs. She was very hot. She was 5 for 9. Sarah DePhillip, the other captain, that's a junior. She will be the pitcher today. Another All-Star is Anna Corey for Brewer. Christine Toms, who in the playoffs is an All-Star. She was 4 for 8 with a batting average of 500, and in the regular season, she was 4.48 in the regular season, so she is their power hitter. Jordan McLean, perhaps the freshman phenomenon that everyone's heard about in Eastern Maine, and I'm sure they're going to know it pretty soon in Western Maine if they already haven't. This girl is a class act. She's also a pitcher. Kim Foster, who's an All-Star, she comes in at 275, and Katie Quimby at 276. So the batting averages are up there. These kids are talking to Coach Cookson. They started in the middle of March. They went out on the field April 15th. Their goal was to get here today, as well as Portland's. These teams have played very hard. They're going to be very well represented today, and I guarantee you, you're going to see a great Class A softball championship. And with that, we'll take a break, and we'll return with the opening pitch right after this. You're watching the Page Employment Championship game here on Fox 22. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you see, we're starting the great festivities here in the Class A game as all the players are being introduced.
Pitching, co-captain, number 10, Sarah DePhillip. Batting third, playing center field, number 24, Anna Corey. Batting cleanup, playing third base, number 26, Christine Toms. Batting fifth, playing right field, number 17, Jordan McLean. Batting sixth, playing left field, number 25, Vanessa Michoud. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 22, Kim Foster. Batting eighth, playing second base, number 15, Katie Quimby. Batting ninth, playing first base, number 14, Kate Hanlon. The catcher, number 19, Crystal Bennett. Witches squad members. The Witches squad members, number 11, Jessica O'Connell. Number 12, Stacy Gom. Number 16, Julie Lawrence. Number 18, Ashley Hawkins-Kimball. Number 20, Becca York. And the manager, Mandy Gray. The Witches of Brewer High School. And now introducing...
There are the Brewer Witches that have been introduced, and now we'll go over and we'll hear the introductions of the Portland Bulldogs.
The head coach, Robbie Ferranti. Assistant coaches, George Roberts, Joey O'Connell, Debbie Kelly, and Barry Brown. The trainer, Audrey... trainer, Audrey McKenzie. The starting lineup for the Bulldogs. Leading off and catching, number 11, Whitney Pryor. Batting second, playing second base, co-captain, number 10, Elise Karen. Batting third, playing center field, number 7, Sam Allen. Batting cleanup, playing shortstop, number 16, Ashley Anderson. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 3, Carrie Foley. Batting sixth, playing left field. Batting sixth, playing left field, co-captain, number 4, Elena Sonori. Batting seventh, the designated player, number 2, Katie Hutchins. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 6, Lindsay True. Batting ninth, the first baseman, number 15, Emily Werner. The starting pitcher, number 5, Kate Rupp. Bulldogs squad members, number 8, Jen. Number 9, Lindsay. Number 12, Katie Clark. The trainer, Audrey McKenzie. The manager, Marty Martin. The scorekeeper, Connie Rip. The bat boy, Joseph Ferranti. The Bulldogs of Portland High.
And now, ladies and gentlemen,
We ask you all to please rise.
as you go and look to our left, the camera, the Gorham Fire Department will be presenting the colors and our national anthem before this historic
Fire
game.
Department Senior Honor Guard will present the colors.
National anthem and the colors presented by the Gorham Fire Department. Your officials for today's game: at first base, Mr. Peter Brown. At third base is Mr. Greg Gowan, and behind the plate is Mr. Sheridan Davis. They will now meet at home plate. The coaches and captains take over the ground rules, any other things that they need to talk about. But Eric, I think this point of the season, there's nothing to talk about. It's time to play ball.
I would say not, Tim. These girls have worked awful hard to get here, and this is the day that they've all been waiting for since they were probably little girls. A lot of nice showing from the Brewer community. They brought a busload down to me.
Yeah, all the parents, it looks like, came in here just about 45 minutes to an hour before the game. The bus was totally packed. As you can see, we see a wave of orange from the whole length of the right field line all the way down to the bleachers. Very well supported. Both teams have never won a state championship, according to both coaches. So Brewer and Portland, somebody's going to walk away here today with a gold ball in the trophy case at the high school.
What are we waiting for now, Timmy?
Well, what the coaches are doing and the officials, he's just going over the ground rules, making sure everybody's properly and legally equipped, talking to Coach Cookson and everyone else about what's going on, just being familiarized with everybody and going over the ground rules if the coaches have any questions and stuff. This is an important game. I mean, you've gotten this far. You want to make sure everything's down pat. If there's any loopholes like I see out in the right field fence that could get caught underneath the gated area, that he's probably telling them if it gets stuck underneath there, raise your hand. That'll be an automatic double.
Okay.
Just professional courtesy that the umpires do with the kids and the coaches.
Okay, great.
Well, I know Coach Cookson has talked greatly about sometimes they've waited in some of the games before the bats have opened up, but in the last two games, especially the Brunswick game, they jumped all over Brunswick for 10 runs, and they got 3 runs in the first inning. So we'll see how Brewer handles Katie Brown here for Portland as Portland takes the field now. So we said Katie Brown will be pitching. She comes in at 8-2. And their other pitcher is Katie Hutchins, which is only a sophomore. And looking down through here, Eric, this is a senior-laden team that the Portland Bulldogs have. Only one sophomore, and the rest with 3 or 4 juniors, and the rest are all seniors.
Let's go ahead and take a listen to the lineup from the PA.
3, Carrie Foley. At shortstop, number 16, Ashley Anderson. In left field, number 4, Elena Sonori. In center field, number 7, Sam Allen. And in right field, number 6, Lindsay Tripp.
That's at number 5 right there. We just saw Katie Brown. Again, 8-2. It's pretty awesome.
Coach says she's not overpowering, but what she does is she's really well at locating her pitchers, getting it in there, and she's awful strong if she gets ahead in the count.
Okay. And who we got coming up next for Brewer?
Okay, leading off for Brewer will be one of their captains. That's Amy Freeman. She is the player of the year, and she has got a hot bat coming in here. She was 5 for 9 in the playoffs.
Wow.
I don't think there's anything more to say. All you got to do is listen to the Brewer side. These fans are fired up and ready to go.
Leading off for the Witches of Brewer High School. On the top of the first inning, the shortstop, number 5, Amy Freeman.
She's a senior, Timmy. She's been doing this for a while, hasn't she?
Yes, she has, and she's earned every bit she's got. She's a great player and a great person.
And here we go, state championship.
First pitch, as the coach says, not overpowering. She's just located, nice, can locate the pitches. She throws that one to the outside for a strike. High rising fastball will even the count at 1-1. Freeman's first poke will go into the stands on the Portland side. Freeman now will step back in. Brown looking at the catcher, takes a sign, here's the pitch. Right up the middle, base hit. Well, Eric, that's what Brewer wanted to do, and she's done that consistently in the last 3 games. Nice little stroke right up the middle for a base hit. Here comes Sarah DePhillip, and if anybody knows about the DePhillips in Eastern Maine, they should. She's the leading sister. She is 1 of 4. Co-pitcher of the year. Tries to lay down a bunt. Foul ball.
She's only a junior, Tim.
Well, the good thing about Coach Cookson is that we don't even shouldn't discuss next year, but she's got the same pitches coming back. So what a great thing that she's going to have to look forward to. Only 3 seniors on this Brewer team.
Wow.
Brown's pitch, inside. Leaving the count at 1-1. Beautiful day here. Tim Kenny along with Eric Baxter. Thanks for joining us. This time she lays a bunt down the first base side. Could be trouble. No, it is not. Great play that time by the first baseman of Portland, Emily Weiner. Great play coming down the line and throwing it over to the second baseman for the out. Elisa Kieran. Great job that time by Portland, but they advanced Amy Freeman to second base in scoring position. Now here's Anna Corey, a Penobscot Valley All-Star herself. First pitch to her, gets away. It's a pass ball, and Freeman will walk in, standing up to third base. Just a little single now, Eric, and the Witches will be on the board early.
It's pretty exciting, Pam. The stands are going crazy over there, Timmy.
These people have waited for a state gold ball for a while, and this is as close as they've come in quite a while, except for one of the boys' varsity teams. And they are here supporting the young kids and the youth of tomorrow here at Gorham High School. Pitches outside. It is now 2-0.
So who's up right now, Timmy?
This is still Anna Corey.
Okay.
She'll take a high-rising fastball. It'll bring the count now to 2-1. Brown now sets, will take the sign. Here's the windup, the pitch. Swung on and hit, foul ball down the third base line. Well, as we can see, Eric, she's not overpowering. She's just very good at locating her pitches, is where she wants to put the ball.
She can make contact with that bat. That's good.
Corey now will step back inside. Here's the pitch. It's high. We'll even the count at full now.
Timmy, you see the sun being a factor in this game?
No, not at all. Right now, the batter's in the shade. I don't see a bit. Of course, we've got our sunglasses. The only thing that's going to be tough is I see the right field and the first baseman. The sun's glaring down on the right side of the field, so a pop-up or a shallow ball that's hit in between the first baseman and the right field, it could be trouble.
Yep.
Okay, Corey goes down on strikes, and now here is Toms now, the big gun for the Brewer Witches. She comes in with a .448 batting average. In the playoffs, as we said, she was 4 for 8. Brown now looking over at coach, seeing what he wants to throw. She'll step in and get set. They'll wind up the pitch. Change up for a strike. Don't think that she'll throw too many change-ups down the middle. I don't think she'll throw too many change-ups to Toms, because Toms, if it throws a change-up to the middle, we may see that one out in the trees. Once again, a high-rising fastball goes for a ball. She's ahead of the count now, 2-1. Her pitch. Popped up, shortstop coming on. Makes the grab. Little controversy there that time by the shortstop, Alicia Anderson, but she grabbed it for the final out. Brewer will leave one runner stranded, and after half an inning, it is 0-0, Portland coming up. We'll return to the Fox 22 Page Employment Seaboard Security Game of the Week right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Half an inning complete. Tim Kenny and Eric Baxter along with you for the State Class A Softball Championship here in Gorham. Leading off for the Portland Bulldogs will be the catcher, Whitney Pryor. She'll be followed by the captain, number 10, Elise Cameron, followed by Sarah Allen. Hitting in the 4th position, shortstop Ashley Anderson. Batting 5th, Erica Foley. Then Elena Chenor, Katie Hutchins, Lindsay True, and Emily Warner, will be the Portland Bulldogs lineup.
Okay, Tim, who do you got out here?
Okay, let's do the defensive lineup for you. First pitching, of course, is Sarah DePhillip. Catching is Kim Foster. Christine Toms will play third. Freeman will be the shortstop. Quimby will be the second baseman. And at first base will be Ken Hallen. Here's the first pitch by DePhillip. Low for a ball. Excuse me, that's Katie Hanlon that is going to be playing first base today. Her second pitch swung on. Through Freeman into left field, and she'll open the game with a single. Nothing fancy, just stuck the ball out, pushed it down the third base line, past Christine Toms for a single. Now batting for Portland is number 10, the captain, Elise Karen. She'll try to bunt to move the runner over. She'll take the ball for a strike. Looking to put the runner over. Look like they're going to try to put a runner in scoring position like Brewer did right at the beginning. To Phillip Wines, her pitch. Fouled away. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike now. To Elise Karen. To Phillip, a look in, get the sign. Her wind up. Change up for a strike. Beautiful pitch
Nice
that
pitch.
time by Sarah De Phillip. Had her totally fooled, and that was strike 3 and 1 out for Portland. Beautiful change up on the outside corner. Now batting for Portland is the center fielder, number 7, Samantha Allen.
Samantha Allen's a junior. Plays center field, as we heard.
Great pitch that time by De Phillip. A low fastball on the outside corner. Her pitch, a change up. Throw down to first real quick, not in time. Brewer not afraid to take some chances, it looks like, Eric, here in the beginning. See somebody sneaking off first a little too far.
They're pretty aggressive, aren't they, Tim?
Yeah, she's not afraid to gun it down there. Here's the pitch. Into center field. Anna Corey will have it. She'll throw into the cutoff. Katie Quimby. And Portland now has runners at first and third. Now batting for Portland will be the shortstop, number 16, Ashley Anderson. One down here. Portland with runners on first and third, bottom of the first inning. To Phillips, first pitch. Change up to the outside. And trotting down to second base, number 7, Samantha Allen. To Phillip, a wind. Fastball to the outside. It's 2-0. Next pitch, down and away. It is 3-0 now. De Phillip will fall behind to Ashley Anderson. Looks to me, Eric, like she's not giving her anything to hit to begin with. Looks like she's throwing it down low and away.
Wow, nice pitch.
Pitch low and away for a strike. The count now 3-1.
I noticed on this roster for the Brewer girls, a lot of Orrington girls down there, Tim.
Yeah, there's some Orrington girls out here, Toms and Quimby, 2 of them to speak about. And of course McLean that we talked about, the freshman. Holbrook is represented here today, as well as of course Brewer Junior High.
Yeah.
Brewers and great, they have 4 or 5 towns they can draw from. District High School. Fouled away, count now is full. Second and third now here in the bottom of the first with the Portland Bulldogs. Anderson now will step back in. De Phillip receives a sign. The windup in the pitch. Pop up to short field. It is called on and caught. Runner's going to try to come home and score, and she does. Caught that time in the outfield by number 25, Vanessa Mishu. But Portland wasted no time in sending the first run home. And her throw was wide and high. And advancing now to third base for Portland is Samantha Allen. Here's Carrie Foley. She bats 5th. In the Western Maine final, she had a home run and a double to help Portland advance to the state game today. Her first pitch is wild and down and low. Picked up nicely there by the catcher for Brewer. To Phillip now will be set. The windup. Change up to the inside. It is 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Fouled off for a strike. It is 2-1. Ball hit deep to Corey. Corey will knock it down, but another run will score for Portland. Kerry Foley. Looks like, Eric, we could hear that one. She took it right off the end of the bat, but get enough on it to line drive it right down to center field to Erna Corey. She picked it up and threw it quickly in to Katie Quimby, but not before Portland scores their second run of the game.
She got it right in the gap, Tim. It's a nice shot.
Elena Sonor now will be batting for the Portland Bulldogs. Her pitch. Corey coming on, can't handle it. Off the side. Portland gonna try to score. Here comes the throw. Quimby to the plate. Run will score. On to second. Goes Elena Sonor. And Portland on that will take a 3-0 lead. Portland's not doing anything, just making contact with the bat right now, Eric. Little bloops right into center field the last two times for singles to score a couple runs. Katie Hutchins now, the designated player for Portland, will take a strike to the outside corner. Her swing is fouled away to the backstop. It is 2-0. Be interesting to see here if the Phillip will throw a change up to the outside or something. Try to fool her. Why not? You're ahead 2-0. Just don't give her anything too good to hit so Portland doesn't score another run. She swings the pop up. Toms will grab it in foul territory. But after the first inning, Portland jumps out in front 3-0. We'll return right after this. You're watching the Page Employment Seaboard Security Game of the Week, the state championship game between Brewer and Portland. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gorham High School. Now batting for Brewer was number 17, Jordan McLean. She is also a PVC All-Star. Her second pitch. Line down the third base line for foul. We were able to get some profiles on the Brewer Witches, and I'd like to go over Jordan McLean's right now. She is a freshman pitcher. The college that she'd like to attend is the University of Connecticut or the University of Texas. She'd like to say hi to her family and friends. Her favorite sport, soccer, basketball, and softball, and her highlights of the season is being able to pitch in the Eastern Maine tournament and winning the game.
Nice shot.
McLean with a shot down the third base line, but it's snagged that time by Portland's number 3, Carrie Foley. Great job, and that's probably why she's an all-star in the Southern Maine Association. Now batting is number 25, Vanessa Michoud. Her pitch, high for a ball. Should take the second one up for high. Little profile on Vanessa. She plays left field. The college that she will be attending is the University of Maine in Orono. She'd also like to say hi to family and friends. Her favorite sport is field hockey and softball. Inside for a ball. Her highlights of the season was winning at home on senior night, and she had the winning hit in the 7th inning to win the game in the Eastern Maine title for them.
Good for her.
And her favorite players is Johnny Damon and Jenny Finch. She'll go down for it, knock it back over the home plate fence for a foul. It is 3-1. Her pitch, lined into center field, but right there for Portland, playing it perfectly, is number 7, Samantha Allen. Well, Brewer's jumping all over it. They're not afraid to swing the bats, but they're just going, they're not like Portland's dropping in there. They're going right where
the strength is actually, those last two.
Right up the middle is where their strength is for Portland as well as their third baseman. Now batting for Brewer is number 22, Kim Foster. Her pitch, nice play by the shortstop. Guns it over to first. And just like that, it is 3 up, 3 down. After an inning and a half, it is Portland 3 and Brewer nothing. We'll return to the state championship game right here at Gorham High School right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again to Gorham High School. I'm Tim Kenny along with Eric Baxter. This is the state Class A final between Brewer Witches and the Portland Bulldogs. Now batting for Portland will be the right fielder, Lindsay True. The Phillip will set her first pitch to True. Popped up in the air. Corey will come on, try to make the grab. Does she? No, it's trapped. Umpire right there. Nice try that time by Anna Corey.
It was, nice hustle.
Nice dive. If we could slip in right now, Eric, we'd like to thank these sponsors that made it possible to bring you this state championship game. They are Angelo's Pizza from Bangor, Carefree Window and Siding, Bangor Tire, Quality Jewelers, and Bangor Optical Center, and of course our main sponsors, Page Employment and Seaboard Security. Portland now, nothing great, Eric. They haven't hit the ball hard like Brewer does. They're just putting the ball in play. Here's number 15, Emily Weiner. She'll lay the bunt down. Tag the runner as she's going to first. Nice play. Great play that time by Brewer's number 14, Katie Henlon. 1 out with a runner now on second base for Portland. Whitney Pryor now, the catcher for Portland. To Phillip will set. Her pitch. Low. Ball will get away. Bounce high off the backstop. And advancing now to third base is Lindsay True. A couple wild pitches here have hurt the Witches as runners have advanced into scoring position early here in the game. To Phillip now, receive the sign. Her pitch. Inside for a ball. It'll go 2-0. Pitch down low for a strike. Great location that time. To Phillip with the pitch, tried to bunt on, tried to get a run home on a kind of a suicide squeeze that time, but leaving the count at 3-2. To Phillip. Ball will go back and out of play. Still 3-2 count. Portland coming in here with a record of 15-2, and Brewer was 16-2, so it's probably matched that they would end up playing in a state championship game, although they ended up number 2 in Western Maine. They ended up beating Scarborough in the Western Maine final. Ball once again is fouled back and out of play. Once again, Portland being very patient, taking their time at the plate. The Phillips pitch. Grounded to shortstop. Freeman. Freeman to first for the out. That'll send a run home. Lindsay True comes home from Portland on the sacrifice by number 11, Whitney Pryor. And Portland now goes on top 4-0.
The second baseman, number 10, Elise Karen.
Elise Karen now will be the batter for Portland. Her pitch to Christine Toms, and that'll end the inning. So after 2 innings complete here at Gorham, the state Class A final, it is Portland 4, Brewer 2. We'll return right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Katie Quimby now will be the batter for Brewer. Her profile is she is a sophomore playing second base. She'd like to attend the University of Maine at Farmington. She'd like to say hi to her family and friends and the NOCO girls. Her favorite sports are basketball and softball, and her highlight of the season was being moved up from JVs to varsity. And her favorite player is Mark Bellhorn.
Her brother was an Eagle Scout, Kim.
That's correct. And she is also a resident of the great town of Orrington.
She sure is.
Pitch down for a strike. Even the count at 1-1. Her pitch to the shortstop. Over the first. Just like that. Great play. Anderson to Wiener.
First baseman, number 14, Kate Hanlon.
Now batting is the first baseman, Kate Hanlon. We'll try to get as many of these profiles on as we can, folks. First pitch, inside for a ball. Second pitch down and away. Kate Hanlon, she is a junior playing first base. She'd like to go to the University of Maine. She'd like to say hi to whoever Doc Justice is. Her favorite sport is softball, and the highlight of the season is when Crystal went up to bat with her shin guards on. And her favorite player is Derek Jeter.
That must have been a riot, Jimmy.
I'm sure that's something the kids won't ever forget. It is now 2-1.
Because again, like you mentioned earlier to me, Coach Cookson, she's a smart lady. She's got a lot of underclassmen on this team.
Oh, this was a great experience for these kids. Hopefully they'll come out of here with a gold ball today. Portland is a very senior-laden team. Hit right back to Brown. Throws over to first, 2 away. Here's Amy Freeman, the shortstop. Brown's first pitch coming up to Freeman. Here it is, inside for a ball. Amy Freeman's profile is she is a 12th grader, captain of the team. She's a shortstop. She will be attending Maine Maritime Academy to play basketball. She'd like to say hi to her parents. Her favorite sports are basketball and softball, and the highlights of the season is winning the Eastern Maine and beating Bangor 3 times and not losing a home game. And her favorite player is Jenny French. Second pitch to her is outside, 2-1. Well, they'll probably get a scouting report on her, Eric, and where she is the player of the year, I'm sure they're going to cautiously pitch to her. Upstairs, it is now 3-1. Brown now will set, look in. Her pitch. Freeman swung on, fouled back. It should even the count now. Excuse me, we should have a full count now. And that's what it is. Full count now to Amy Freeman. 2 outs. Portland on top, 4-0. Here's the pitch. Fouled away. Nice swing, nothing fancy, Eric. She's just swinging straight on. Not looking to hit for power, just trying to get a simple base hit. Anything she can do to help Brewer. Brown's changeup. Freeman hits one deep into the gap. Nice play that time by Portland's center fielder, Samantha Allen. She came over in a hurry. That one possibly had double written all over it, but she was cheating a little bit to the right side. But nonetheless, Freeman has a single. Now here's Sarah DePhillip, junior captain for the Witches. Take a pitch for the outside. Her profile is she's 11th grader. Her position is pitcher in right field. Her colleges, she'd like to go to University of Maine, St. Joseph's, or Trinity College. She'd also like to say hi to family and friends.
Oh, nice
Here's DePhillips up the middle. Freeman will turn to look.
First and second.
Hit a little too shallow to Anderson out in center field, but nonetheless, the Witches have got a rally going. And of course, her highlights was winning the PVCs in Eastern Maine, and her favorite player is Kat Osterman. Here's Anna Corey now. That's a familiar name, I can tell you, in Brewer, Eric. Corey in Brewer is phenomenal with baseball and sports. Her grandfather, George Corey, and her uncle Slip Corey worked over 30 years in the Brewer organization with softball and especially baseball. They coached baseball all their life, it seems like. And those fields have greatly, and they should be, the Little League field and some of the other fields in Brewer have been named after the Coreys.
Is she related to that legendary John Corey?
Yes, I'll go over her profile if we can right now. She's an 11th grader. She plays center field. And she swings that time right to the third baseman for the out. Let's go over her finish, her full thing. She wants to attend the University of Maine or college in New York. She'd like to say hi to Mom Eric and, of course, the sports announcer at Coffin Field, Don the Dude Corey, her father. Her favorite sport is softball, and her highlights is when the whole coaching staff didn't know what it meant when they kept saying we're going to the ship, meaning to them they're going to the big dance. And her favorite player is Natasha Wheatley. And with that, we've ended 3.5. Correction, 2.5. Don't want to jump myself. And Portland still on top, 4-0. You're watching the Page Employment Seaboard Security State Championship game right here on Fox 22. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gorin High School. Brewer now with a new pitcher. Jordan McLean will switch with Sarah DePhillips. She'll be the pitcher. Interesting to let you know a little bit about Jordan McLean. She is 8-1, including the 2 playoff wins in the semifinals in Eastern Maine Championship. And Eric, I did a little history back on her. She never lost a game in junior high. She only lost 1 this season, so she's got to have a record of 20-plus wins and only 1 loss. She's a great pitcher. I know Dad takes her down to a great softball camp in Connecticut, and that's a place where she'd like to try and go and play someday.
Oh, only a freshman too, Tim.
She comes with a lot of heat.
She looks pretty comfortable out there in the field today.
She will throw a lot of heat at you, and she also makes that grunting noise, but you don't know, sometimes she can really mess it up with the changeup that she'll throw. That one's inside. It'll be 3-1 now. Her pitch fouled away. Well, Brewers hit the ball extremely well, except they've hit it right down the third base line to somebody. 3-2, the payoff pitch. Swung on again and fouled away. Once again, we'd like to thank the sponsors that help put this on. Of course, Page Employment and Seaboard Security are our major sponsors. Her pitch fouled away down the third base line into the trees. And our other sponsors, of course, Angelo's Pizza on Hammond Street in Bangor, Carefree Window and Siding, Abbott Street in Brewer, Bangor Tire, Quality Jewelers, and the Bangor Optical Center. 3-2 pitch. Jordan will take it. Goes to first. Not in time. Nice hustle down the line that time by Portland's Samantha Allen. She beat out a bunt. Also, we'd like to give some special thanks to Bangor Canvas Supply and the Associated Media Productions, 231 Main Road in Holden, for helping us produce this game today.
Guy Bovard and Clarence Higgins have been awful helpful with putting these games on. A little breeze going right now, Tim.
Okay, McLean falls behind 1-0. Her pitch, swung on. For 1, 0 for 2, not in time. Nice play by Freeman and Quimby. Made sure they got the lead runner for the out. One down now, Portland with a runner on first base. Here's Carrie Foley. She's their top hitter for Portland in the playoffs. She'll hit one deep. Corey on the chase. Can't get it. It'll go deep into left center. She'll throw it in to Quimby. 1 run will score, and Foley will end up with a triple. 5-0 now, the Portland Bulldogs. Well, they're very patient at the plate, Eric, as we could see right there. And, of course, the coach told us before the game She's their hitter, and she showed at that time by going with a pitch and just punching it right out into right center for a triple. Elena Sonori now stepping in for Portland. She'll take the first pitch from Jordan McLean for a strike. Pitch is high, 1-1. And we certainly can't ask, as we said, for a better day here. As we're looking down both the third and first base side, it's full. Her pitch, swung on, into Phillip, traps it, gonna try to come home.
Nice.
Great play by Phillip. Over to second, they've got her in a rundown now. She's gonna run her back, look, completes a double play. Gets out of the inning, great play. Great transition by the Brewer Witches. We've completed 3. The excitement level has just raised another notch. It is Portland 5, Brewer nothing. We'll return to the Fox Championship game right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. To begin the 4th inning, Christine Toms, their big hitter, will lead off, try to get something going for Brewer. Let's go over Christine's profile. She's a 10th grader. She plays third base. The college that she wants to attend is Brown University. She'd like to say hi to family and friends. Her favorite sport is hockey and softball. And Eric, I can tell you, she's a great goalie. Her highlights, she hit her first home run this season, way over the fence, and when she had a key hit in the semifinals. Her favorite player is Mark McGuire. It kind of, you know, being the 4th position hitting, it kind of would sound right that Mark McGuire would be one of her favorite players. Okay, Toms now will step in. Brown's first pitch to her. High and outside for a ball.
I noticed, Timmy, that earlier they were putting some water on the infield. Do you think they'll be doing that again between innings?
Possibly, but what it does is it's keeping the dust down because the wind's been blowing a little bit. And of course, in the last 3 days, we've had temperatures in the 70s and stuff. And you know, it's dry. It's amazing how wet it was, and now it's how dry everything has come out.
Right.
Toms will step in once again. Her count is 1-1. Brown now will look to her infield. Toms right on it. Fouls to the right side though. Just can't quite pull the trigger. You can tell she wants to up there though. Very good athlete for Brewer High School. So you can hear the Brewer girls with their softballs in their hand, pounding the fence, giving Christine some encouragement. Her pitch now, low and away. It'll be a full count now to Christine Toms. Brown now taking her time, looking over to second baseman Elisa Karen. Her pitch, low and away, and Toms, the leadoff batter, is on with a walk. Probably not a bad thing to do right there. What Brewer's got to learn, I think, to do, as you hear some of the Brewer people, is be patient. They're used to sometimes having a fast pitcher, and she throws a lot of change-ups and spots the ball at great locations, Eric, is what she does.
Right.
Jordan McLean now. Last time she was up, ripped one down the third base line, but it was taken away by the third baseman of Portland, Carrie Foley. Brown's pitch low in the dirt. It'll be 2-0 now. Well, Whitney Pryor's seen Katie Brown throw a couple pitches in the dirt, so she's going to go out and probably just give her a little vote of confidence, tell her she can do it, and go over a few different signs or different locations as to where she wants to throw the ball. Just get her to relax out there. Tell her she's got a little bit of a lead. Give her a little bit of confidence. Here's the pitch. McLean jumps all over that one, pulls it foul down the third base line. Coach Cookson, I thought, was going to have that. She was a good softball player in her day, too.
Oh, she was, Tim, wasn't she? Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. She graduated in 1980 from Brewer High School. She was a great three-sport star there. And she went to Holbrook Junior High. Her pitch, high-rising fastball for a ball. Count once again is 3-1. For the last 2 innings, though, Katie Brown, she has not been ahead of the batters. She's really had to pitch. Here's McLean, just underneath into the stands. That one had extra bases, I think, probably written all over it if she'd been able to pull that one down the third baseline.
What's the field on this, Timmy? What's the field? Is that 213?
213 down the lines and probably about 220 right straightaway center. Okay, the payoff pitch. It's full. McLean down the line. There it is. Fair ball. That's what she was looking for. The last 2 times she's pulled it down the line. Finally, she got one past Foley. And Brewer now, the first 2 base runners have reached base. And here comes the rally. Here now is number 25, Vanessa Michoud.
Left fielder, and she's a senior. So she wants this really bad.
Of course she does. This is your senior year. There's no holding back. There's no tomorrow now. You've worked so hard from the middle of March, working in the gym, going over drills, doing different things. Preparation for the day. I think when you're an athlete, you always circle whenever the state games are.
Absolutely.
You don't want to look too far in advance, but that's something that you're working for.
Well, that's your goal. Right, that's right. That's your goal.
So I'm sure a lot of these kids have circled the date for a long time. Okay, Brewer with runners now on first and second. Michoud now will take another high fastball. 3-0. And as you can see, she's been running behind on the count, Eric, to all 3 of these batters. She's thrown at least, well, for every batter, she's thrown the 3 balls. She's take a strike now. 3-1.
Now, Timmy, a lot of these girls, they probably participate in the Brewer Parks and Recreation program, I'm sure. Take advantage of that.
Swing on the miss for a full count. I'm sure they do, under the direction of Mr. Ken Hanscom and the park supervisor, John Mackey, and all the rest of them there. They do a great job of keeping up the fields there and the athletic fields. And, of course, that program has gone tremendously. There's ball 4, and the bases are loaded. Getting back to Brewer Parks and Rec with Mr. Hanscom. I know they have an after-school program that is so phenomenal, and when their summer programs start,
right,
it is so full. There are people there at 11 o'clock for a 4 o'clock sign-up that you have to wait in line, and sometimes you can't get in because the programs in Brewer are so popular.
Well, they still have a few openings right now and accepting registrations Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30 at the Brewer Auditorium. But you're right, Timmy. A lot of slots have already been filled up. But they still have some openings left.
Not too many.
No. You know, they have over 100 acres of you know, for athletes fields, playgrounds, outdoor basketball courts, lighted tennis courts, scenic turnouts. They've done a great job.
Okay. Here's a designated player, number 22, Kim Foster. Her pitch is fouled away. Interesting to see that we don't have the designated hitter, and we have the designated player.
Right, I noticed that, right.
Brewer now, bases loaded, a single here. Will put them right back into the ball game. Don't want to try to get too much, just do what Portland has done. Stick the bat out in front of the ball, make contact, and put it someplace in play. Here's the pitch, swung on and missed. Fly ball, could it get a run in? They're going to tie up. Here's the play at the plate. Will be not in time, and Brewer is on the board. Throw down to third. Save.
Beautiful, Timmy.
Well, they were kind of worked that to perfection. It was kind of a delayed steal.
And what happened here, Tim?
Looks like they had a little bit of confusion right there. Portland center fielder Samantha Allen caught the ball, but she had to run so far to her left before she could turn over and get the ball. It allowed Christine Toms to steal home. The throw was wide, and McLean went to third.
It's a great hit, and it was a real good rundown for that outfielder. She did a nice job.
Okay, here comes Katie the Q Quimby. Only a sophomore. She'll be around for 2 more years.
I see right here, Steve and Linda, her mom and dad, really wish her the best. They've been some part of her and her brother. They do a great job. And they have wonderful parents.
She'll take the first ball outside for a ball. High and inside, ball 2. No, 1-1. I guess the first one he called was a strike. So it is now 1-1.
Yeah, those balls rack into the Brewer girls are using the soft balls on the that are coming.
Pounding, trying to get a little rally going here. Only one away. Quimby now will set. Brown will take the sign. She'll get set. Here's the pitch. Outside. 2-1. I think Coach Cookson might have pulled him in the bench and told him to be very patient and wait because she doesn't have a lot of strength to throw a fastball like Jordan McLean or Sarah DePhillip.
Right.
She's just very good at locating the ball in different directions.
Sure.
Pitch to the outside, slap down the right field line. It could be trouble, and it is. Quimby down the right field line. She goes around 2. She's heading to third. This is going to be an inside the park home run. Here's the throw at the cutoff. Forget it, it is right inside the park home run, and just like that, the Witches of Brewer High School have battled back. It is 5-4.
Nice hustle. I hope she's okay now. She's an awful tough girl.
Little collision at the plate. She'll be all right.
The crowd over there, they're
Brewer
pretty.
fans are standing there very concerned about Katie Quimby right now. But you can tell when that came off the bat, Eric, it was right down the right field line. No chance for the first baseman to get it. No chance for the right fielder. Went all the way to the fence for an inside the park home run.
Yeah, the Portland outfielder, she really tracked that down good.
And she had to go a long ways to track it down. That's the problem.
Sure did.
They're playing in shallow, and she tried to reach her glove out, but she had nothing to do right now. But our concern right now was on home plate. Katie Quimby had a little collision with
We'll take a little break right now, Tim. And
okay,
we'll
why don't we do that? This is the Fox Championship Game of the Week right here, sponsored by Seaboard Security.
Page Employment, and thank you so much.
We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Katie Quimby's all right. She walked off on her own.
Boy, what a great hit that was. She did a great job.
That is definitely going to be, no matter what happens, that is a key in the ball game right there. They started the rally. They had people on first and second with 1 out. Christine Toms went home on a.
She's only sophomore, Timmy.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Brewer's very young. They have 3 seniors. You know, this is a great thing for these kids in the city of Brewer and the surrounding towns that sponsor these.
She's that girl that had 17 points against the Winterport when she was in 8th grade.
That's right. Oh yeah, she's a great athlete. Yes. Portland now will have a pitching change. Coming in to pitch for Portland is number 2, Katie Hutchins, and I think it wouldn't be fair if we didn't talk about her and her family. Her dad, Mike Hutchins, and Mom Carol hails from Bucksport. Her father, Mike, was a football coach at Brewer High School, which I had the privilege of playing on the varsity, and he was my defensive backs coach. And I can see why she's an athlete and such a great kid because of her parents.
Is that why you were so good, Timmy?
Well, okay, I'll give it to Coach Hutchins.
Because you were a great back.
I got to tell a story about Coach Hutchins. Coach Hutchins always had a thing. If you got more than 5 interceptions in a year, he'd take you out for a steak dinner, and you could bring anybody you want. And he honored his commitment. Mike Elliott and I, that were defensive backs in Brewer, picked off more than 5 passes, and he took us to Benjamin's restaurant.
Did you really?
Yeah, and I think he spent $200 or $300 that night on just soda and hors d'oeuvres and everything for us. So we we took it. But just a little bit on the Hutchins family. They're great, and it's nice to see that their daughter here. And she's, if I remember right, looking at this, she's the only sophomore on the team. So Brewer now right back into, the only sophomore. This is a senior-laden Portland team. Portland now is ahead 5-4. Brewer, the bats are alive, and I really think we talked about this earlier. The key was when Katie Brown was pitching, they were trying to jump all over it too quick. What they did is they became very patient hitters at the plate, and ever since then they've been able to stroke the ball, put it in play wherever they wanted to. Okay. Katie Hinlin now will step in. Hutchins' first pitch. She rips one to the shortstop. Nice play over the first for the out. I tell you, that's great work that time by Portland, by the shortstop there, Ashley Anderson. Great job. Very, very smooth at shortstop. Well, here's Brewer with 2 outs. They're back to the top of the order. Amy Freeman.
Emily Weiner, my goodness, she stretched right out for that one, didn't she?
Right back to Hutchins. She'll throw over to first for the out. But not before Brewer comes up with 4 big runs. And now at the end of 3.5, it is Portland 5, Brewer 4. We'll return to the Page Employment Seaboard Security Game of the Week right here on Fox 22. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, by now you know you're watching the state championship Class A softball game between the Brewer Witches and the Portland Bulldogs. Pitching change last inning for Brewer. Jordan McLean came in, retired the side. Your score 5-4. Big hit by Katie Quimby, and inside the park home runs. Right down the right field line. Here's Portland, Katie Hutchins now that's in pitching. McLean's first pitch. Inside for a ball. Inside, ball 2. Great to see all the parents and the family and friends come out to support these kids. Of course, we've looked right down the left field line and the right field line. It is full all the way. Standing room only here in Gorham. McLean now will set the pitch.
Nice.
Hutchins will take the first pitch for a strike. It is now 3-1.
Only a freshman, that pitcher right now, huh, Timmy?
That's what I mean. Coach Cookson got DePhillip back. She's got Jordan McLean back. She's got Katie Quimby back. She's got Christine Toms back. I mean, this is a young team that I guarantee you we probably will see right back in a state game.
So only 3 seniors on this Brewer.
Okay, the
Brewer
payoff
squad.
pitch. 3-2. Down the middle, she'll foul it away. Hutchins hanging in there. McLean now looks in, receives a sign. The pitch, low, downstairs, and Hutchins now will walk in the 4th inning.
The right fielder, number 6, Lindsay True.
Here's Lindsay True, the right fielder for Portland.
She's another senior.
McLean to the outside corner, low and away for a strike.
Looks like Hutchins is really taking quite a lead over there, Timmy, on first base.
Pitch downstairs.
Here
Even
she
the count
goes,
1-1.
here she
She's
goes,
gonna
yeah.
steal. Here's the throw to second. Not in time. Well, you noted she was taking quite a lead off in first base, and as soon as that ball went down and away, she put the wheels on for a stolen base.
Yeah, I think she got the note from the coach to take it if she can.
McLean's pitch. Right down the middle for a strike. Looks like Portland may be trying to do a little bunt and run here to try to get her into another scoring position
Yeah,
with
I
only a
think so.
1-run lead. Her pitch, slapped down the right field side. Knocked down by Quimby. She'll hold it. And good thing she stopped that one, Eric, because
Sure
if
is.
she hadn't stopped that, definitely Hutchins would have scored for Portland.
The batter, the first baseman, number 15, Emily Warner.
Here's Emily Warner now, the first baseman for Portland. Portland now, nobody out. Runners in first and third. McLean sets. Her pitch. Downstairs. Throws into Quimby. Not a bad little play that time by Quimby. She tried to look over maybe to get third base, but also if Freeman was over there on second base, if she'd have taken too much of a lead, they could have tried to gotten her out at second base. Nice little play that time by Brewer. Bunt down the first base line, foul. It's like Portland's doing anything they can do to put that extra insurance run on the board right now. Emily looks like she's a tall girl. Looks like she probably might, I bet you she plays basketball for them too. Looks like a great athlete. This time she'll lay the bunt down. It is a foul ball in the batter's box.
They're being conservative, Tim, but they're also just kind of nipping away to base by base.
Yeah, I believe it. He's telling the third base, the head coach for Portland, Mr. Ferrandi, that the ball hit the player in the batter's box, which is a foul ball. McLean sets her pitch. Swung on, another foul ball. Toms will get it from the Portland coach. Throw it to Jordan. McLean. Her pitch inside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike.
There's Lindsay True on second. She's a senior right fielder.
McLean low and away.
Katie Hutchins trying to steal home. I mean, she's right out there. She's on third base right now. She's a sophomore pitcher.
Umpire wants time here. A little trouble. Second, Portland second base runner, adjusting her sliding pad. McLean pitch. The fire's in. Swung on and hit. If it stays fair, no, it's not. Foul ball. See, Portland's not doing anything about hitting the ball too hard. They're just putting the ball in play. Just making contact with it and pushing it in play.
Quite a count right now, Timmy, for Emily.
McLean, here's the pitch. Inside, swung on and away for a strike. That's a great pitch, great location that time for Jordan McLean.
That was a tough batter for McLean.
Yep.
She did a great job on that one.
You don't see any, she doesn't pitch too many balls in the upstairs or anything. Very rarely do I see her throw anything above the belt buckle.
It's a freshman against a senior. That's a tough call. She did a good job.
Brewer now trailing 5-4, bottom of the 4th. Well, that time the Portland hitter, she was right on Jordan McLean. The only thing is she pulled it down the left field line for a foul ball. McLean now looks in, take the sign, pitch, swung on, fouled away, in behind the Brewer backstop. This is Whitney Pryor for the Portland Bulldogs. McLean sets her pitch to the inside. 2-2 now. 2-2. Portland now looks like they're being very patient with the pitcher. They're not going after anything other than location pitches. Her pitch to the inside corner, struck her out. Well, McLean now, the freshman sensation for the Brewer Witches, with runners on second and third.
And another
struck the last 2 players out.
And another senior she just struck out. So that's a lot for you, the young
Here's
girl.
Elisa Karen, the second baseman. She'll punch one down the third base line, but it'll go foul.
We mentioned earlier, Timmy, you know, the major sponsors is Page Employment and Seaboard Security right there, 185 North Main Street in Brewer. Helping us get all this equipment down here today.
Her pitch, fouled away and out of play.
We didn't have a lot of time setting up for this week, did we, Tim?
No, and I've got to thank you and your wife, and I made a quick phone call as soon as I found out that Brewer was in the States, and I know you've spent 2 days putting this together, so on behalf of the Brewer Witches and the Portland Bulldogs, I'd like to thank you and your wife, Pam, for helping bring this state championship game to the people of the state of Maine.
Of course, we're glad to do it. It's anything for the community, and Brewer's just a wonderful place to be.
And hopefully this will be the first of many state championship games that we could do in all the sports for Brewer High School and the rest of the teams here in Eastern Maine.
Absolutely, Tim.
McLean's pitch. Off the knee pad, it looked like, of the catcher for Brewer, and that enables Katie Hutchins to score from third base. Well, it didn't look like there was anything too hard about it. It just looked like she missed it with her glove, and it went off her right shin guard and bounced away into the Brewer dugout, or towards the Brewer dugout,
That was a tough.
and allowed
tough play.
Hutchins to score from third base. Tough break for the Britches right there. McLean's first pitch is high and upstairs. Correction, not her first pitch. I thought this was a new batter. It's not. Full count now. Elise Sonora will take ball 4.
Of course, also helping us with this is placing some ads with us, and really means a lot. Of course, our Angelo Pizzeria, Carefree Window and Siding, Bangor Tire. Special thanks to Jim over there at Bangor Tire. Quality Jewelers, Bangor Optical Center. You know, Tim, every one of these companies I just listed, you know, they don't just help us with these games. These are people that we actually do a lot of stuff with, and it's a pleasure to do business with them.
Okay. Of course, the run will be off from first to second automatically. Probably ought to thank our cameraman. Without him, we probably wouldn't be able to show this, would we?
Boy, that's right. Brad Munson over here next to us, and he does do a good job.
Many thanks to all the people that helped brought you this game today. Of course, it's a special game, the state championship here in Class A at Gorham High School. McLean, her pitch to the inside. 2-0 now. Full crowd here at Gorham High School. Her pitch right back to McLean. She'll handle it. Throw over to Hanlon and for the third out. But not before Portland picks up 1 run. And at the end of 4, it is Portland 6, Brewer 4. We'll return to Gorham Field for the state Class A final right after this. You're watching the Eastern Maine High School game courtesy of Seaboard Security and Page Employment right here on Fox 22. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the top of the 5th. Portland with a 6-4 lead over Brewer. I'd like to go over another profile real quick. It's Kim Foster, who is a 12th grader. She is a designated player. She is going to attend the University of Maine at Orono. She wants to say hi to her family and friends. Her favorite sport is softball, and her highlight is winning Eastern Maine Championship, not losing a game at home. And her favorite player that she must have heard about is her coach, Kelly Cookson.
Well, isn't that nice? Now we have Sarah's up right now. Is that Tim?
No. Let me look at my... Looks like Sarah DePhillip is up now for Brewer. As you know, we're broadcasting 220 feet right here straight away in center field. DePhillip will slap one down the right field line, but it goes right to Portland's Lindsay True for the first out.
She got a good hit on that ball. She really hit it nice.
The one thing that Brewers definitely come along through the playoffs in this game, sometimes they wait before they end up making contact, or they wait swinging the bat and hitting, but through the playoffs and stuff, they've been swinging the bat very aggressively. Here's Anna Corey now for Brewer. Hutchins, first pitch to her. Downstairs for a ball. Well, they've got the meat of the order coming up, as they say, Eric, so this is the time to punch in another run or two.
Holy smokes.
Here it comes right at us, but right to the center fielder.
Nice hit.
Nice hit. She made great contact with it, but she hit it right to number 7, Samantha Allen in center field. She's a junior for the Portland Bulldogs. 2 away.
That's about 200 foot hit, wasn't it, Tim?
Probably about, it looks to us, but it's probably only about 170, 75. Okay. Here's Christine Toms to get everything started last time. She ended up walking. So we'll see if she can get a 2-out rally going here for Brewer. Her first pitch, she'll take on the outside corner for a strike. Hutchins will throw one low and downstairs. Tom's now behind the count 0-2. Her pitch right back to Katie Hutchins, and I think she kind of looked back in her glove and say, hey, look what I found. But nonetheless, great stab that time by Katie Hutchins, and after 4.5, it is Portland's 6, Brewer 4. We'll return to the state championship game right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Kenny along with Eric Baxter. Glad to bring you this state championship Class A game between the Portland Bulldogs and the Witches of Brewer High School.
Been quite a game, Tim, right now.
Ashley Anderson now will lead off for Portland. McLean now throws one downstairs for a strike. As we've seen, Jordan with great control, nothing really above the kneecaps in this game. She's going to make the hitters earn it. Her pitch, high and upstairs to even the count at 1-1. Her pitch, fouled away. Nice stop there by the Portland coach. 1 ball and 2 strikes now. Jordan's pitch, tried to throw it upstairs and Fuller, but nothing doing. She wouldn't go for it, and it's 2-2. Her pitch, hit to center field. Anna Corey, 2 or 3 steps over. She'll make the catch for the first out of the inning. Well, she played that one just right, Eric. She
sure
saw
did.
the ball come right off the bat, ran 3 or 4 steps over to her right. She was right there to make the out.
Yeah, Anna Corey, you know, center fielder, she really tracked it down. She knew what she was doing. She's only a junior. She's got some good confidence out there in the center field.
Looks like Carrie Foley is our batter now. She's the hot bat for the Portland Bulldogs. She had either last time or the time before at bat, she had a nice base hit down the left field line that ended up being a triple. Tom's trying to go over to make the snag, not in time. Nice play that time by Christine.
You mentioned about Anna Corey. You said that Dawn is the voice of Brewer?
Her father, Don, is the voice of the Brewer softball team at Coffin Field. And they have a beautiful facility right there with a nice press box. And up top, Don sits high above the press box and announces the kids for every game.
I'm sure he does a great job.
McLean's pitch inside.
And I'm also sure he's pretty happy that he can relax today and just enjoy the game. And
I don't know if you're a father on the sideline of a state championship game quite relaxing, but
that's true.
At least he can watch the whole thing and not have to worry. McLean's
Right.
pitch. Fouled away that time.
Beautiful run down.
Oh, nice that try by DePhillip. It looked
Good
like it was
G
going to go
hustle.
out of play, but great try that time by Sarah DePhillip over there in right field.
From this angle, I thought for sure she had that, Tim. Great hustle.
Great play. So now it'll be a full count. McLean now will get set. Here's the payoff pitch at 3-2. Ripped down the third baseline, fair ball. Picked up that time by number 20, Becca York. She'll fire it into the shortstop, Amy Freeman, and Foley now has her second hit of the game. Here's the left fielder, number 4, Elena Sonori. McLean's first pitch to her. Drilled into center field. Corey now will pick it up quickly and fire it into Freeman. And just like that, Portland now has a rally. 2 back-to-back singles by Foley and Sonor.
And you can tell why some of these girls from Portland are Southern Maine All-Stars, Tim.
Okay, here is the pitcher now, number 2, Katie Hutchins. Her first pitch is taken for a strike. McLean now looks, sets her second pitch. Swung on and missed.
Beautiful pitch.
Strike 2. Hutchins looked like she was way behind on that too, Eric. Couldn't quite catch up to the fastball of Jordan McLean. Her pitch to shortstop Freeman. Freeman bobbles the ball. Picked up by Quimby. Nothing doing, and our Portland run will score. Foley comes home on a hit. Looks like Freeman just couldn't get it. Looked like the ball, Eric, was spinning just a little bit. Went into her glove and spun out right between her legs.
She did have that right in her possession, and they just...
But that's all it takes is one little miscue when a Foley was on the way from third to home, and it makes it a 7-4 game now, Portland.
A lot of spin on that ball.
Lindsay True now batting for Portland.
It's Lindsay True, she's a right fielder, and she's another senior.
Well, as we can see, Portland today have just played fundamental softball, except on that pitch. She tried to go for the high riser and looked like she was chopping a little wood that time. Nothing doing.
Boy, Jordan had a nice pitch on that one, Tim. She really got us swinging.
Yeah, she set her up on that one, too.
She sure did.
This time she says a slow roller off the foot of McLean, and everyone's safe.
Okay.
Well, Brewers doing what they're doing. They've got to hang in here now. This is where the mental toughness will come in. McLean just couldn't get her glove down in time. Went off her right foot. Wasn't her fault. Just the ball was hit real hard right back to her. Bases loaded now. Here's Emily Warner now, the first baseman for Portland. She'll hit one to Toms. Toms will go home immediately, get the out, throws to first.
Oh.
Not in time. Great play that time by the Brewer catcher. Great play.
Still bases loaded.
By Crystal Bennick. Boy, Toms came in a hurry to put it up, but that's fundamentally sound. You can tell she's been taught very well by Coach Cookson. She stepped on the plate and fired right down to first, trying to get the double play. Okay, Whitney Pryor, the catcher for the Portland Bulldogs. 2 outs. McLean's first pitch to her, swung down and hit down the third base line for a foul. Interesting, the officials don't have any extra softballs. Once in a while, usually I thought the officials keep 1 or 2 in their ball bag. Pitch inside for a ball. It'll leave in the count at 1-1.
I can feel the tension out here, Timmy. A lot of tension right now going on.
Well, if you look over on both sides, the hands aren't together. They're gripped on the side of the bleachers.
They sure are.
McLean's pitch to the inside. It'll fall inside for a ball, bringing the count to 2-1. Yeah, looking around here, there's some very tense moments, of course. Everyone wanting their kids to play well, but unfortunately, only one can come away with a gold ball today. McLean's pitch. Upstairs for a ball. It's 3-1. But you know something? They're still leaving here champions. One's a Western Maine champ, one's an Eastern Maine champ. They're still leaving here champions, and believe me, when you get this far, you walk off this field knowing that you've given it your all and you've played to your heart's content.
That's
True
right,
champions by both teams. When they walk off this field, no matter who wins or who loses this game, both these teams need to walk off here with their heads held high. They've played great all year. They've worked hard. They deserve to be here. Her pitch swung on and hit another foul ball down the third base line. And you can tell both coaches, and give credit. Of course, we know Coach Cookson real well. She's very fundamentally sound. She's been coaching the team for a long time at Brewer. She's the kids just love her. I guess that's the word that every time I talk to the kids, they just love her. They have a lot of great respect for her. Here's one slapped into right field. York comes on and she'll make the final out. So McLean gets out of a jam, but before Portland scores one more run, and at the end of 4, it is Portland 7-4. We'll return to the state championship game right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Gorham High School. This is the home of the Class A softball state championship game this year between Portland and Brewer. To start, the top of the 6th, Jordan McLean now. Jordan, a great power hitter. We've seen recently as she's been able to hit the ball very strongly down the third base line. Here's Hutchins' first pitch to her. Swung on, hit. To Elisa Karen. She'll throw over to Emily Warner for the first out. To Vanessa Michoud. Hutchins' first pitch. Outside corner for a strike. Hutchins pitch. Swung on and hit. Bobbled by the shortstop. Great control. Throws it in time. Well, that's the third time we've seen the shortstop for Portland make a great play. Ashley Anderson picks it up, and she stayed right with it.
You got to give that first baseman, Emily Weiner, a lot of credit. My God, Timmy, she stretches right out there. She makes that work.
Yeah, it all started, though, with number 16, Ashley Anderson, staying down with it, keeping her head down, watching the ball go into the glove, picking it up, barehanding, and firing it over to Emily Weiner for the second out.
Right now, Kim Foster right here, left fielder. She's a senior.
Foster now will take the second pitch. Hit right over to Foley. Over to number 15, Emily Weiner. Weiner. And I'll tell you what, 1, 2, 3, just like that. And after 5.5, it is 7-4 Portland. We'll return right after this. You're watching the Eastern Maine Softball Championship right here on Fox 22. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to get as many profiles that the Brewer Witches have given us. We'd like to do Crystal Bennick. She is a sophomore catcher. Her college is undecided, as of course she's only a sophomore. She'd like to say hi to her dad, John. Her favorite sport is softball. Her highlight of the whole year, she just says, is the feeling after winning a game. And her favorite player is Stacy Neuverman.
Leading off for the Bulldogs, bottom of the 6th inning. The second baseman, number 10, Elise Karen.
Here's Elise Karen now, the second baseman for Portland.
Again, she's at Southern Maine All-Star. Another senior.
Seven seniors on this Portland team. Her pitch into the to the right side. Toms can't get it. Freeman with a nice hustle over there. And 5 juniors. And of course, as we said, only the one sophomore, Katie Hutchins, that is now pitching for Portland. Good. The changeup. Outside, high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Her pitch swung over. Quimby now. Scoop it up, throw over to Hamlin for the first out of the inning.
Nice heads-up play, Tim.
Now batting, the center fielder.
Well, like I said, these kids have played their hearts out all year. They've played to get here. They all deserve to get here. Win or lose, no matter who, they need to keep their heads up high.
I love the show of support from these parents for these kids.
Yeah, this is a great showing all the way down the first base line of Brewer people.
See that bus come in with those parents, and they're all so happy, and
they're all wearing their orange. They've all gone out and bought their orange T-shirts, as well as Portland. Their side is full. Her pitch to center field. Becky York under it. Correction. We have a change. Vanessa Mishu's back into the game over in left field. She'll make the catch for the second out. Well, here comes one of the playmakers of the day, Ashley Anderson, the shortstop. She made some great defensive plays at the shortstop position today for Portland. McLean now throws the changeup. First pitch for a strike. Her second pitch just inside. Here, the Brewer people wanting a strike. 1-1 the count now. Her pitch hit on. Anna Corey comes in. No, she bobbles it. Nice try that time. No harm in that play. Great effort that time by Anna Corey.
Just over the second base. It's right in the gap. Yeah. Tough one to get to.
Ashley Anderson now on with a single. Here comes one of their best hitters of the day, their third baseman, Carrie Foley. She's got a triple and a single to her credit. Her first pitch hit deep in the gap. Going to be trouble. Corey goes over and picks it up. She'll fire it into Quimby. Going to send her home. Here's the throw to the plate. Not in time. 8-4 Portland. Carrie Foley with her third hit of the game now. Elena Sonori now for the Portland Bulldogs. Going ahead 8-4. McLean's pitched down the third base side. Foul ball. McLean sets her pitch inside, swung on once again. Foul ball down the third base side. See, the Gorham Fire Department has just showed up here, Eric. Looks like with the ambulance, looks like they have a EMS call here. Her pitch swung deep down the third base side, just foul.
The wind's really picking up now, Tim.
Yeah, and it's picking up just where she hit it, strong. Wind's blowing right from home plate, right straight out to left center. McLean's pitch, foul to the right field side. Katie Hanlon hangs on to it for the final out. We have played 6 complete. It is Portland 8, Brewer 4. The top of the 7th coming right up. You're watching the state championship game between Portland and Brewer. We'll return right after this. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Kenny along with Eric Baxter. Glad you could join us for the state championship class game. A game in softball between Portland and Brewer. Your score right now, Portland on top 8-4. You're looking at Jen Hutchins finishing her warm-up pitches. Well, Eric, Brewer's got to come alive. This is the 7th inning.
This is it right now, Tim, isn't it?
Looks like they'll send to the plate Katie Quimby. No, I take that back. I didn't see one of the other players hiding behind the umpire right there.
Yeah, right there. Kate Quimby.
Yeah, she will be the first player up. I'm sorry. Well, Katie's had a great day playing at second base. She had a great inside the park home run down the right field side to bring in.
And it wasn't just a great hit. She ran.
Oh yeah. Well, she's a speedster. I mean, you know, she's a great athlete. She's on the varsity basketball team as well. And the minute she hit it, she took off. And of course, once it got by the right field, all she did was turn the wheels on.
Yep, she's gone.
She really had got the Brewer rally going with an inside the park home run.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Top of the 7th, Brewer trailing 8-4. Hutchins gets set. Her first pitch to Quimby. Swung on. Hit right to the second baseman. Elise Karen for out number 1. Here's the first baseman now for Brewer, Kate Hanlon. Pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Time is called. We apologize if we don't get in all these profiles that Brewer sent into us. Her pitch swung on, hit. Right to the center fielder. Samantha Allen for out number 2. She was all over that one, Eric. She jumped. She saw that ball come right off the bat, ran right in as quick as she could. She knew she had it.
She tracked it down pretty fast. Well, again, you know, she's only a sophomore right there. I'm sorry, she's a junior, that center fielder. All state.
Hutchins now. Right to Portland's shortstop, Alicia Allen, as it should be, to end the game. And Portland has crowned the Class A state championship game.
Quite a game, Tim.
You can't ask for a better game. We saw great defensive plays. We saw great hitting by Portland. Brewer came up with some key hits. But Portland, this was their day. They played fundamental softball. Didn't do anything very hard with hitting the softball. Just put the ball in play and did the fundamental things that was right to win the game. But nonetheless, you know what? Give all the credit in the world to Brewer. Brewer deserved to be here. They're a very exciting club to watch in Eastern Maine, and with only 3 seniors, Eric, I guarantee you we're going to see this team back in the state final.
Portland did a good job. They really executed well.
They did.
The fielders was really good. Infielders were especially strong. Brewer girls did a great job.
They did. And as we can go over to a couple things right now, if you want to, while they're shaking hands and congratulating each other, showing great sportsmanship. I think you've got to look at a great player in this game as she was in the finals in Western Maine, Carrie Foley.
Absolutely.
She had a single, a double, and a triple. I'm not sure how many RBIs she had, but I know she must have knocked in at least 3 or 4 RBI, 3 or 4 runs for the Portland Bulldogs. Defense, I think you've got to look at Ashley Anderson. She was very superb at shortstop. She made some key plays, keeping down on the ball fundamentally. I mean, she's just a great athlete. She's if she goes someplace to play, she's going to do well. And of course, the rest of the players. On the other side, congratulations to the 3 seniors: Amy Freeman, Vanessa Mishu, and Kim Foster. They have, and all the Brewer teams, they have come down here. They have brought the Brewer orange and black with them. They have showed great.
Let's go ahead, Tim, and listen to the announcer talk about the
They,
runner-up state championship.
Brewer has nothing to be afraid of and to lose, folks. When you're listening to this broadcast, they represented the city of Brewer extremely well today. We're all very proud of them.
Freshman Stacy Gom, Julie Lorenz, Jordan McLean, sophomores Jessica O'Connell, Katie Quimby, Ashley Hawkins Kimball, Crystal Bennett, and Christine Toms. Juniors Anna Corey, Becca York, Kate Hanlon, and junior co-captain Sarah DePhillip. Seniors Vanessa Michoud, Kim Foster, and senior captain, co-captain Amy Freeman. And at this time, if Coach Cookson and her captains would please come forward to accept the 2004 Maine Principals Association Class A State Runner-Up Award. Congratulations to the Witches on an outstanding season. And now, if Portland head coach Robbie Ferranti and his assistant coaches George Roberts, Joey O'Connell, Debbie Kelly, and Barry Brown would please come forward to present the individual awards. For the Bulldogs, the bat boy, Joseph Ferranti. The manager, Marty Marciso. The scorekeeper, Connie Rutherford. The team trainer, Audrey McKenzie. And introducing the Bulldog squad, the sophomore, Katie Hutchins. Juniors, Carrie Foley. Sam Allen. Lindsay Toner. Katie Clark. Ashley Anderson. And the seniors, Kate Brown, Lindsay True, Jen Pickering, Whitney Pryor, Emily Warner. And the senior co-captains, Elena Sonori and Elise Karen. And now if Coach Ferranti and his captains would please come forward to accept the 2004 Maine Principals Association Class A Softball State Championship Award. Congratulations to the Bulldogs on a great season. The Maine Principals Association would like to congratulate both teams on an outstandingly played championship game. We would like to thank all the fans for supporting girls softball in the state of Maine, and we wish you a safe drive home. Again, thank you for attending the state Class A championship softball game.
Welcome back to the final comments that we have. Tim Kinney along with Eric Baxter for you. First of all, Eric, great game. Portland jumped on top 4-0 on a Carrie Ferrari triple. That kind of set the stage for the Portland Bulldogs that day, I think.
It did, Timmy. It did. They played really aggressive. Both teams did a great job. Portland, they just played a little bit tougher, it seemed. They put the ball where it needed to be, in the gaps. Brewer did a great job. It was an awesome game, Tim. It really was. You can tell these are both champions.
It was a great game. Just to give you a know, Carrie Foley once again had a single, double, and a triple. On defense, Ashley Anderson was superb. She had a single at shortstop. Give Brewer a lot of credit. When they were down 5-0, they had a rally, bases loaded. Katie Quimby came in, hit an inside the park home run, put Brewer right back into the game. Jordan McLean also had a single. Christine Toms played a key part in getting a walk when she could have really tried to swing, but she was very patient up there. But give all the credit to Portland. Congratulations on being the state championships in Class A. But furthermore, to the Brewer Witches, congratulations. You represented the city of Brewer extremely well in the community. You have nothing to be down on. We hope you hold your heads up all season long because you are the Eastern Maine champions, and that'll be with you forever and ever. And also, you have a very young team, and we look to see you right back here in the near future. So for Eric Baxter and myself, Tim Kennedy, thank you for watching the Page Employment State Championship game right here on Fox 22. Good night from Gorham.